Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 20 of DFF on Ice. That, of course, was the DFF on Ice theme brought to you by, written and performed by Walter Keene, buddy of ours from church. Thank you, Walter. Jamming out on the guitar. We truly appreciate it. So welcome. I can't believe, guys, we're already at episode 20. I think that's pretty exciting.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's, we got a ways to go, but hey, we're doing it. So real quick before we get into the hockey and all that stuff, I'm going to flip it over to Sig. We have Sig, Steve, and myself, the Butcher. I'm going to flip it over to Sig to do what we always do.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Tonight's opening shot is brought to you by the fine people at Cutter and Cannon Spirits. Cutter and Cannon has deep-rooted passion for craft beverages. Stop by Cutter and Cannon for their artisanal rums, whiskeys, gins, and more. Located in Westchester at 104 Gay Street, you'll find their new bottle shop and tasting room, heavily inspired by the Revolutionary War. Looks pretty damn sweet. I can't wait to get there myself.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, without further ado, let's raise our glass and give thanks to all things hockey, especially all things Flyers hockey, like lounge around your pool while wearing a hockey sweater when it's 90 degrees out.
Damn right.
And so we toast. Take the shot.
Take the fucking shot. Fantastic. Nice job, Sig. Steve, what are you drinking over there?
I have the Old Glory heirloom corn bourbon, and it goes lovely over ice. And that's what I'm going to do right now.
Nice.
Put a little of that. So I have our friends from Cutter and Canyon with me for our podcast.
Fantastic. And then Sig, did you already tell us what you're drinking? I apologize.
I didn't tell you. I just showed it here. I'm working on the same high rye bourbon. It's rich, layered, and smooth, designed to linger, not to rush, like I just did with a shot. So
fantastic.
I am uncouth.
Bravo, sir. Bravo.
Boy. I don't think anyone minds that.
Love it.
Okay, guys. So real quick, if you like the gear that I'm wearing, that Sig is wearing, that I'm holding up in my hand, go to the butchershop.myshopify.com. And if you like the shirt that Steve is wearing and the tumbler that Sig is holding up, go to drunkphilsfans.com, go to the Drunk Flyers Fans collections. You can find it all there. All right, guys, let's talk about some fucking hockey here. We got a couple roster updates. So who wants to start with that? I know we got Grabenkin. What was his deal?
He had a 2-year, $2.2 million, so 1.1. We can all do that math. I'm happy with this. I think this is fine. Not a big, salary hit or anything like that. Right wing depth. I'm happy with the signing.
Yeah, I like Grabenkin. He's a high energy, like forechecker. He plays physical, especially along the boards. Honestly, though, there's a numbers thing. He'll probably bounce between the fourth line, healthy scratches, maybe Lehigh Valley.
Yep.
He's still working his way back from an injury, which is undisclosed, but I'm thinking it must have been a core injury of some kind. Flyers are hopeful he'll be ready for the start of training camp in September. And basically that leaves them with one restricted free agent that isn't signed, and that's Hunter McDonald.
Yeah, I was reading about that today. And I think they're trying to determine, like, they're just trying to figure out what to offer him, because I know this is his last year where he signed, and he's got it's like a $900,000, like it's basically buried against the cap, so it's not even like an issue in that regard. So does Grabenkin fit the Nick Delorier role? Kind of, we need to protect the younger kids.
I don't know. I don't know about that. He's a big guy in a banger. I mean, he's 6'2", 210. I mean, he's probably, in the same mold as Achari, but he's not a fighter. You know, I don't know if that's something they're going to need to address or not. They have a lot of wingers and a lot of fourth line guys.
But also the other thing is he's not that old.
Hunter Rem does.
Yeah,
he's
that's
a
the
big,
problem
he's a
is we
big
have-
boy and a defenseman, and he bangs people. But another thing is that right now they have like 8 defensemen.
Yeah, and they're looking at that other guy from the Canadians. That
Jack
I read Czech Eye. I read more about him today, and the Flyers are still interested. So it sounds like one of those deals where when there's smoke, there's fire. But do they need him? Because that's not exactly the style of hockey that they play. But they do need somebody as protection.
You got to choose right now probably between Jurasek and Bonk as part of the 6. Probably, well, Jurasek's going to get it because
he's going to get it.
I mean, they want him to get it, put it that way. Otherwise, he's got to go through waivers to go back down to
I don't think
Lehigh
he'll clear.
Valley, and he won't clear because somebody will take the same chance on him. So Bonk's going to wind up probably being the guy going down, but they got to deal somebody to make room for anyone else. I mean, I don't see having somebody like McDonald as a healthy scratch. He needs to play, so he's only going to play in Lehigh Valley.
Right. It's the same deal with some of their other players. Like that's kind of why, and I know we were going to talk about it, but somebody like Berglund, where he he asked the Flyers to loan him back to his Swedish team, because he knew he wasn't going to get a lot of ice time.
Yeah, and the Flyers knew that before they signed him, because they just signed him to his entry-level deal back in April.
Yeah, I'm not against that,
and they knew that.
No, I think it's probably a good thing for him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, he's seen enough of Allentown last season, honestly, and he probably misses his mom's shoot bar meatballs and whatever else they meet over there. Elagan seal, pickled herrings. And
that's right.
So,
he misses all his lingonberries and stuff.
Yeah, he's not singing a Billy Joel song, so put it that way.
This is true. So I mean, I don't see that as a bad thing. I think, and once his season is done over there, he'll end up being back here. And so whether that's for 10 games, 4 games, it depends on how long they go into the playoffs. And that's what he was saying as well, as he said, like, I have unfinished business. We have unfinished business. Yeah. So he's expecting to make a deeper push, a deeper playoff run over there, which if he does, then I'm all for it, because I like the experience. I like him playing versus sitting and learning or just practicing with these guys.
I mean, he would be playing in Lehigh Valley. The problem with this is that he's not getting any real experience at North American style of hockey, outside of a handful of games at the end of the season. So I don't know how much that's going to hold him back. I mean, his upside is like middle 6 at best right now, according to the pundits. So I don't know. Nesbitt's the same, and
for a second round pick. And Nesbitt's another interesting, because he's playing at Michigan this year.
He's opting for University of Michigan, which is fine.
But he may end up doing the same thing that Martone did last year. Where if he does have a stellar season, he can always jump on board and sign that sign that deal.
Well, that's what I was just saying. Porter was planning on having a deep playoff run last year too, and that didn't seem to happen. And you know what? I am A-okay with that. I'm sure it gets him a little bit, but as a Flyers fan, I'm all right with it.
Turned out well for us.
Agreed. And he's still eligible for the Calder, which the Flyers have never had a Calder winner.
On that note, Rob, if you go on one of the betting things, he is the best pick, if you will, at plus 300 to win the Calder. I just about said cup. Calder Trophy for being
really
Rookie of the Year. Porter Martone
seen any of that
currently has the best odds for it. So if anyone Hey, if you put $1 down, you win $3. Come
There,
on.
I mean, there are knocks. There are
That's
knocks against the top two guys that were picked this year. And since he retains his rookie eligibility, I mean, he's got experience. He did not look out of place. He's a big kid that can score. Yeah, I mean, but like anything, barring any injuries,
Right.
I don't disagree with him having a really good shot at it.
I mean, if he scores 20, he wins, right?
Probably.
Unless somebody absolutely dominates, and I don't expect anybody else to fucking have that kind of season.
Well, I mean, these other two kids are scorers. They can score. It's just that they don't have as well-rounded as a game as he does, or he appears to have right now. I mean, it looks like he does. So, yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see him.
Yeah.
And again, he came in with his hair on fire, scoring 11 points in 10 games in the closing out, and then 5 points in what do we have? 10 playoff games. So like, for someone who had never played NHL hockey, that doesn't sound half bad.
Steve with the subtle jabs at us, Rob, the hair on fire thing,
Right. I mean, you could light my hair on fire. It would just
it would just be the beard. I don't want anyone's hair on fire. I was just that's an expression from back.
Oh,
it's an expression. I thought you guys would know that.
Right. Yeah,
I thought you guys would know that one.
I don't know. I only know the old ones.
So, and then the other thing, Sig, you texted us and told us about, and I had to look it up, but Patrick Lane has
Line A. Yeah, it's Line A, evidently. I was saying Lane, but
like Ron fucking Suarez.
Yeah, on that, what do you call it? That little it's low risk, high reward. But my problem is and one or two people mentioned it in the comments, and I highly agree with them. It's wasted ice time. It's ice time that's not given to a younger player.
Yeah, so, that's fine. I'm fine with
Line A.
How we are.
Line A. Yeah.
Paul knows. Paul always knows. That's why we keep Paul around.
The phonetic spelling was LIGHNEY or something like that. So I don't know. Whatever.
You're right. You're right, Sig.
Fuck him. I don't want him.
Fuck
We're
him
not talking
anyway.
about
exactly.
him.
That's kind of where I'm at with it. I just don't. I know he doesn't play a lot of defense. He's not exactly a strong two-way player.
Yeah, I don't see how he would fit in.
It's not
world.
It's not the number one center that we desperately need.
Correct. So, which then, they're not really out there.
I mean, now. I agree with Sig. Yeah, I mean, it would be fine. We're putting all of our eggs into our young players. Let them play. They got to play. And again, if we have to see how this year progresses. But again, last year it progressed. Oh, thanks, Paul. Last year it progressed very well where, they made the playoffs, and, there's a chance that can definitely happen again. Hopefully, I mean, honest to God, I think they will make the playoffs, but I know we have a whole season, but I don't know. I just think you got to play these young guys. This is your core. We have to see if they can take this next step in the next year of their career. And signing someone, I understand he's 28, and that's not that old. It's not like signing like a 38-year-old like Peter Zaboda or something like that, But I say I'm happy where we're at. I'm excited for training camp. I want to see how like the team gels and stuff. You're a young team, stay young.
I think that they're going to ride with the team that they have with their young guys, and then the handful of veterans that they got. And I think it's going to come down to kind of what it did last year is how well did the goaltending, how well did they play? You know what I mean? Is Joseph Woll a solid backup? Is he going to be able to do the job?
Yeah. I'm his number one fan.
The team as a whole needs to step forward defensively. Yeah. I mean, team as a whole needs to step forward defensively. Last year, it was Vladar carrying them. Their defensive numbers were a sign of Vladar. So overall, the team has to step forward defensively. Having Forrester a full year, hopefully, knock on wood, will add a lot to that. And hopefully another year in the system will help. But I think their defense is still a little too small for the most part. So I'm hoping Yurchek really takes off. But yeah, we'll see.
And Paul, oh, hold on. Paul asked before that, we're having a conversation with Paul here. Is Barkey rookie eligible? No. He
played too many games.
Played 43 games. And it's if he played more than 25.
I forgot he played that many games.
Yeah,
he did.
I looked at it. I was like,
we brought him up early.
But yeah,
I got to be honest, man. I like after what we saw last year, like the work that he did along the boards, and
I love him.
The pesky nature of his play.
Mm-hmm. He was playing center in the playoffs after Cates went down, and he did okay. So
he did fine.
You may see him. I think Bump might be a guy that might have to get bumped down. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with there. Both of those guys are the guys that I see getting traded if there's a big deal. They're NHL ready and they're good. So I think that's like if they deal for somebody like whoever, Larkin, Fantilli, whatever.
Those would be the pieces.
Yeah. I think those would be I could see both of them being guys thrown into the deal that a team would want because they look good and they're young.
Yeah. If you guys remember, like when we were talking in February after the Olympic break and such, we were saying that Denver Barkey's a piece. Like he could have been moved at this past trade deadline. Yeah. I'm happy he wasn't, but he was definitely a piece. I'm sure there's some trades that didn't go down that we don't know about with Danny Briere doing. And
he absolutely.
I mean,
is.
His name had to been mentioned. Like that's absolutely. A chip. That's a big piece. In all honesty,
we all get tied into these guys when they come up, and especially if they come up and they score a goal right off the bat, and it's like he's hitting people, he's energetic. We tend to love these guys, and I don't want to see him get traded. I don't want, but the hard facts are you got to give up somebody to get somebody, and those are the guys. It's they might take someone like a Tippett, which is fine because they need to replace the goal scoring, but they're also going to want somebody like a Barkey, a Bump,
right? They'll take a contract
on the back end. Yeah,
they're going to take a contract,
and the Berglunds and Nesbitts.
That's they're going to want everybody.
Yeah.
So DPF wants to know if Michkov is in shape, and
I've been teaching him myself. We've been working on how to lifting the remote with the 5-pound weight on it, and so 6 to 12 ounces at a time. Sometimes we go up to 14 or 16.
And he was with me last weekend. We spent 3 hours at a brewery together. He's great. He's fine.
He and I were doing cardio Sunday. We were doing a lot of cardio. He couldn't hang, so I would say that he's not in great shape. And then I just pulled up an article from February 4th from Crossing Broad, what it's worth. And they referred to him as Fat Vay Michkov.
Poor kid, man.
Fucked up, isn't it? Listen,
I don't like it, but that is really good.
It's clever, right? I mean, it's absolutely clever.
It's not.
So here's the thing with Michkov. I think that this year,
I enjoyed it.
I think he is going to come in absolutely shredded because he doesn't want to have to put up with that bullshit again with fucking Tocchet yelling at him, and he needs to get paid. The Flyers are at a point right now because I think is this the last year where they can sign him to this
it's the last year of his rookie eligible contract.
So he's looking to get paid. The Flyers, the Flyers might look to lock him up for 8 years because why the fuck not?
They have to do that before September 15th. 8 years.
This September. Oh yeah, because of the new CBA.
I'm changes. Sorry. It drops. It drops to 7 years. So
if it's 7, we're fine. It's fine.
Yeah, but if you're Michkov, you want that extra year. I
think they will know in camp.
Will know exactly. They're going to know as soon as he reports.
That's it. Fuck the Penguins. Cheers. I'll drink to that.
Cheers,
Yeah.
Ralph.
Here's to you, Ralph.
All right, so
Ralph
no more,
made silent air.
that was awesome. So there's no more no more roster news because I mean basically this is who we got.
Didn't wasn't there a Fantilli question?
There was a Fantilli question. It's kind of
Paul
the
was
same.
asking.
It's kind of the same thing. So we're talking about. He said, if we land another guy who is not a puncher, how about Fantilli? And then he also said, what about Fantilli? If Toronto starts off poorly, do they make Matthews available, and at what cost? So, you know,
yeah, I mean, both of those guys are going to cost. I probably would rather have. I'm a huge Austin Matthews fan.
Me too.
But I'm still worried about the knee. I don't know what the knee injury. Maybe mid-season, the end of the season, if he looks good, yeah, I'd go be all in on him. He's a little older. Fantilli, I like Carlson a lot more, but Fantilli, yeah, but he's going to cost you. And I find it weird. I guess not so weird, young, but I find it's amazing he still hasn't been signed.
Insane.
And no one's touching him with like an offer sheet or anything.
Wait, he's not signed at all for this year?
Not yet. No. And camp starts like in a couple weeks.
Dude,
like I'm very shocked by this.
He didn't. There was no him with arbitration. The other two guys on the team, and I can't remember their names, went through the arbitration. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on there.
That's weird. Red flag. Maybe everybody's avoiding it for that reason because they don't know what's up. But I would think that they would have information that we don't have.
The information might be out there. I mean, and that's why nothing's happening.
That's
actually Sig,
what we don't.
Yeah.
Sig, on that topic, have you heard anything with the Ducks and Cutter? I haven't heard anything.
They can. The Ducks have all the leverage.
So you don't.
I mean, because he can't be signed by anybody. He hasn't had enough games to get the offer sheet from anyone else. So
they could technically hold him out.
Well, they could. So here's a guy that didn't want to play
Cutter,
with Philly. Here's a guy who didn't want to play with Philly for whatever reason. But the bottom line is he probably would get paid a fucking shitload of money if he would have stayed here.
Right.
Sorry. Yeah, and not have California taxes.
And not have the 13 to 15% on top of that. You get the good old 3.0548% or whatever the hell it is right now.
Get him, Sig. Get him.
Fucking phenomenal. That's fucking phenomenal, man. Like, dude, stay out there.
So
you know what I mean?
Here's a side. Here's just like my last job. I worked at the guy I worked. He's retired now. We used to talk about starting. I'm a tax accountant. Everybody. We used to talk about starting up our own company to do tax accounting work for all these because we knew at that time already teams were starting to charge players if they were like one night in Philly, like the Rendell's old rule that started. Now everybody does it. So imagine somebody has to figure that out for everybody that spends one night, whatever. And we were going to start a company, do that. We figured we'd retire millionaires. We'd sell the company within 10 years. And of course we never did it. And here I am.
Yeah, I was like, that's why you're here.
I'm not doing the podcast from the back of my yacht. So
that's right. That's right. I was waiting for the happy ending there, Sig, and it didn't.
Sorry. Continue.
We're the happy ending, apparently, Rob. This is where he ended up.
Sadly.
Now I feel bad for Sig.
I don't. We need him. He's here. So let's get into the schedule, guys. Let's talk about rookie camp. That opens up on the 11th of September. So we are 1 month away.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you looking forward to with the rookie camp?
I kind of like the fact that although not needing to be, I love that Porter Martone is going. I think that shows so much maturity and respect, saying like, hey, I'm not guaranteed to be on this team. Now, there's a chance he could be the number or on the first line winger. But I think that is a huge message going out to all these 17, 18, 19-year-old guys, and having him, I just think having him out there and participating, I think that's awesome. I think that's really, really helpful. And, it kind of like makes me like happy too, where he's like, he's just not putting himself like, I'm this great. I'm the number one odds.
He doesn't assume because
he's
of the
not
way
assuming
he
his
burst on
role.
the scene, and he's not taking anything for granted.
And they can ask him because, again, he was in college last year. He got eliminated early, very far from the Frozen Four. And because of that, he got the experience. And now he can talk. I like I said earlier, he had 10 regular season and then 10 in the playoffs. And those 20 games, are you kidding me? Are those 17, 18-year-old guys not going to ask him about that? How fun it was, how neat it was to score that game winner in overtime against Boston for your first NHL goal? Are they not going to like talk and like want to like contact with him? So for me, I'm just excited that you have some guys, and again, obviously, Bonk and Bump will be there and stuff like that. But I think it's great. Like I said, having with like Porter Martone, again, I know he didn't play a boatload of games, but I love him going, and I love having these other guys that came up at the end of the year going and working out with these young guys and being like, it's probably not going to be this year. You're going to go to juniors, or if they're 20, it's AHL, but it's not, you're prepping for the future. And I just think having some guys who have a handful of games, I think that's helpful. And I love that they're showing up for that, especially when it's not mandatory.
So the 20 games that he played, regular season, postseason, Tyson Forster played 29 games in the regular season and then 10 postseason. So he only played 19 games more than
Porter did.
Porter Martone. So that just tells you like how important that experience is for a guy like Martone. Obviously, we need fucking Forster to be healthy this year, but that experience is huge, and the fact that he's coming into rookie camp like to bust ass, because that just means he's getting there early. You know what I mean? Like he's going to be working out with the team early, and then the rest of the camp opens on the 17th. And he has an opportunity to get in playing shape and to get in, you know what I mean? Like he has an opportunity to really set himself up for when everybody else comes to camp. And that's big.
Agreed. What do you got, Sig, with who you looking forward to in rookie camp?
Well,
you
mentioned Forster and, the amount of games he played. And this camp is important for him also. Yeah, I mean, first off, he needs to stay healthy because he had the elbow issue. We're still not 100% sure what the damn people swear it's a shoulder. I thought it was shoulder, but it could have easily been the elbow. I don't know. But he looked a little off in the playoffs. And, that layoff, you're not doing a whole lot. You're not in game shape or anything like that. So, I mean, he was rusty, so it's another Mitch Koff thing. We just I'm hoping that this camp gets him back in shape where he needs to be, and we see a typical year for him, which is close to 40 goals in my opinion, or hopefully.
Oh, that would be beautiful.
Anything above 2025 is really exciting, honestly.
No, I need more than that.
But if we can get
with the contract now, I need more than that.
Well, that's true.
You got to be 30. You got to be in 30 range.
That's a good point.
Above 30, I'm happy above 30. But last year he was at the point where he was pushing 40 goals.
Yeah.
Before the injury, he was on pace for it.
He started. He didn't break with the Flyers. He was hurt. That was the whole elbow. He had the infection. He hurt it. He had the infection. He had the surgery. So. He came, I think he missed like the first 10 games. Then after like about 10, 15, 20 games, he was like on a 40 goal pace. So yeah, but as far as rookie camp goes, yeah, I agree with all you. It'll be interesting. I would like to see them wrap Porter Martone in some bubble wrap and put one of those big
They're not going to be
non-contact,
checking them hard.
those Afro helmet things that the football players wear.
Oh yeah, the big ones.
Put them on. And a red shirt and paint his face red and everything so they know you can't hit him. Yeah, I just don't want anybody to get. It's the only thing with any sport preseason. Eagles right now too. I don't want anybody getting fucking hurt, man.
Mm-hmm.
But funny. I haven't done it in a long time. But I might actually try to get over to Voorhees at some point just to watch. Whatever they let open to fans. So
well, if you do, you gotta go live.
Yeah,
I would do that. That sounds like fun.
Yeah. See, we're getting so close now. It's getting so fucking exciting. And I know there are a couple other people who are really excited about this. So, I know like Dave and Jake are fucking pumped up about the how close we are to the season. And then Sig, I assume that's what 50 more sleeps means.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, we're at a half hour, guys, and I want to kind of pivot away from the hockey talk. We can talk about the regular season schedule, but real quick, I want to talk about the cards because Sig, you had thrown something out there about about a contest, or at least asking people if they collect. And then I think you maybe floated it by us about maybe putting together some sort of contest. So talk to us about what you're thinking about there.
All right. So, I've collected cards my whole life, mostly baseball, but I have a good amount of hockey cards also. And there's a lot of it out there. I have a lot of it, I have a lot of doubles and stuff, the whole junk wax era. Anyway, so I posted the question on Facebook to see if anyone would be interested in raffles of hockey cards. And it got pretty good traction. We're thinking about doing this throughout the season. It might be a single card, each week for the raffle, and maybe sometimes 2 or 3, depending on what we find. It might not be always Flyers, but mostly guys who wore the orange and black. Probably mostly current stuff, some older stuff, and older stuff to you guys is different than me. So it'll be your older stuff, not mine, because that shit's expensive.
That is true.
But these are basic cards, nothing that's going to make anyone rich. Just to have fun, throw it out there, if someone wins, throw it in an envelope, mail it to you. I just don't know how we're going to present it yet. You may need to watch the podcast one week. It may be during the podcast, so we start taking whatever somehow names, and at the end of it, we run it off, or it might be just based on follows and shares. I don't know. I'm going to say stay tuned till we figure it out. So I already started collecting a bunch, some doubles and things like that. I got some tidbits. I got a shitload of Fat Faye Mitchkoffs and so, there aren't many of these out there yet of his card. There's only a handful. There's no official rookie card yet for him, but I got a bunch of these. It's hard to see it and bring it over here. This is a Topps now. It's a sticker because Topps can't produce hockey cards. Upper Deck has the rights. So this is it's not a rookie card, but it's a rookie sticker. It's a little bit smaller than normal cards. Anyway, I have a handful of these. So this might be the big one. I don't know. Fun. You might have to send in like a blood sample or something, maybe for that one or whatever. But I got a similar one for Mitchkoff, and there's a bunch of others. So, things like that. I got a bunch from a handful from the 90s here. Rob gave me some other Hall of Famers like Gary Curry, Paul Coffey, Brett Hull, some guys like that, some interesting names. So I don't know how we're going to do it, but we'll figure it out and let you know.
I think that'll be a fun in-season promotion.
I think so. I got a nice Drew card here.
There you go. I'm going to be in on that one.
Yeah. Sir, you're ineligible.
Yeah, like Sig said, I've been collecting cards for a long fucking time, and then I got back into it, and then so I have Jesus Christ, Rob. Hold on.
You have Jesus Christ? His rookie card?
I
That's
do.
not, you know,
It's a
BC,
rated
man.
what kind of
rookie.
shape? What's got to be in good shape, man. Shape
It
is
was
everything.
rated rookie. Rated rookie. It was, so no, I got a bunch of Tockets.
Oh,
Got a
fun.
Tocket. I got the
The first or second time with the
the
Flyers.
90 score Tocket. These are all from the first time.
That's the first time.
Oh, okay, cool.
And then this is the Parkhurst. That's the Canadian. I think that's the Canadian French version. Yeah, because he plays for
Peachy
he plays for
was the,
Flyers Day
was the French one.
Philadelphia. Then he's the team leader from 90, and then another, I believe that's a 90 or 91. So yeah, when Sig mentioned this, I was like, well, fuck, this will help me get rid of some of my clutter as well. So I thought this was a really good idea. I think I don't know. Kids, I think, are too swept up in the value of cards these days. When for us, I mean, we wanted our cards to be worth money, but if they weren't, like, I was always reading. I read box scores. I read the back of the hockey cards and baseball cards. That's how I learned, like, the stat side of it. And that's how I understood when I was watching the game as a kid, what it meant that they were saying. So I don't know. Cards are just fun. And if you have kids, if you have grandkids, if you have anybody, granddaughters, nieces, whatever, get the girls into it too, because, we see it now.
There's a lot of stuff out there. It's not just like sports cards. Everything is out there, from Marvel to women's basketball, soccer, but just anything, TV shows, you name it. There's a lot of stuff out there. Disney cards. Here's the thing. It's not a bad idea to get your kids into cards. Yes, it can get expensive. You got to get away from trying to get, going after all the chase shit. That's where it gets expensive. But it teaches them how to take care of something. It teaches them responsibility. It teaches them the value, of money. They're getting an allowance. What are you going to spend it on? You're going to get a pack of cards. Well, now you got to take care of them. Things like that. Catalog stuff. I don't know. It's that European shit, man. I don't know.
Listen, I pulled a soccer card that might be worth some money. So soccer.
Yeah. So I mean, and that's kind of what my dad presented it to me when I was a little wee tyke, and we did it together, and it's another thing that it's sentimental to me because of my dad. But yeah, the Batman TV series, I had loads of them. And when COVID hit, and this is before when I was out of card collecting and I wanted to get rid of everything, they were the first things to go, and they sold for a shitload. And now I wish I had them. I wish I didn't sell them, but yeah. The Batman TV series from '66, those cards are freaking awesome, man. They're awesome. They're out there if you want to buy them. They're not cheap, but they're out there. Yep.
And they're not cheap. They're not cheap at all.
Right now, I'm trying to get. There's a bunch of different World War II sets of cards. There's a U.S. Navy sets of cards from back in the 40s and 50s. I'm slowly collecting those. So yeah, I branched out a little bit. And now, I mean, I can afford it now, honestly. As much as my wife thinks I can't, but she still gets more Amazon.
Don't be admitting that shit.
She gets more Amazon packages than I get cards.
Right.
So it's fair.
You can afford. If you do it right, you can afford it. You don't have to buy the fucking most expensive card.
Just try to stay away from the whole chase card thing. You don't need to chase anything. Enjoy
packs,
it. Enjoy
packs, and if you get lucky, you get lucky. If you don't get lucky,
I think it's more fun. It's more fun if you get lucky in the pack and stuff. Yeah, that's a high. That's a thrill.
And that's what it is. It is an endorphin rush because you make. But I love pulling Flyers and Phillies and Sixers. I love pulling my team. It doesn't necessarily have to be a fucking super valuable card.
I'm going through it. I get an Alec Boehm. He goes on top. Going through it.
Damn, he beat me to it. I was going to say a Boehmer.
It doesn't matter. If it's a Philly, if it's even an old pack and the guys aren't on the team, if they go on top.
No, man. Pulling a Boehmer. That's I heard you go
pulling
blind.
A Boehmer. Just, you got to be careful with that. McHale's Navy.
Oh, boy.
I don't know anybody here loves it. Rat Patrol. Awesome show. I bought the we're getting off, but
Yeah.
I bought the DVD complete set of Rat Patrol, man. Fucking awesome show.
I have no idea what that is.
It's
Damn
a
it,
World
Paul,
War
look what
II.
you
It's a
did.
desert. It's
Hogan's Heroes, McHale's Navy,
It's,
of that ilk.
yeah. What the hell was it? It's more of a series, action, World War II. It was at the Desert War in Africa, and the Rat Patrol just went out and killed Nazis.
Oh, fantastic!
So
Well, there you go.
Well done.
Yeah.
Well done. I hope Drunk Phil's fans is not watching.
Yeah, I know. We
Um,
don't.
Here's hoping.
Anyway, let's move on, guys. I want to jump into my little segment here, which is Coffee Breakaway, because I got a fantastic thing for you guys. I think you're going to enjoy it. My little segment today, and Butch's Coffee Breakaway, of course, is brought to you by Toasty Roasters. My friend Dale over at Toasty Roasters, I just received a package in the mail today. This is Dungeon Master Dark Roast with tasting notes of milk chocolate, dried fruit, red apple, cane sugar. This stuff is unbelievable. So I have
I like the name. I like the name.
all of his coffees. Go to toastyroasters.com and you can see we are still working on the promo code, but it'll be something like Drunk Phil's 10 or something like that. And you save 10% on all your purchases. But right now I'm drinking a Dungeon Master Dark Roast. If you hear something that's like pouring,
That's just me peeing in a cup.
I thought you were peeing in a bucket or something.
I got my bag ready.
Yep.
Okay, guys. So this is what I wanted to talk about. I saw a link. I saw an article today, and the article was about a vessel that they found in China. I don't know if you guys are familiar, but they found a 22. No, I'm not talking about the country. I'm talking about the vessel. The story is a 2,300-year-old vessel. So it's from the Qin dynasty, which is the first dynasty that emerged out of the Warring States period in China. So you're going back to about
10 years ago,
221 BC, something like that. And they found an unusually large bottle that was it contained an alcoholic drink.
Oh, well, I thought you were going to go other way, a place. Okay.
No. Reading the article, it says the ancient alcohol was found sealed in a bronze vessel in a Qin tomb at the Shanjibao Cemetery in Yishaihua Autonomous Region. Okay, the findings were published in a June issue of the Journal of Archaeological Science. Dates back to the Warring States, turbulent era of rival kingdoms before the first unification. Okay, the preserved liquid was determined to be an ancient cereal-based alcoholic beverage, a fermented grain drink, sometimes loosely described as beer. So they actually opened this fucking thing up. And this is the part that kind of blows me away, guys. When you find a fucking vessel that's been buried for, let's say, 2,000 years, and you can hear something sloshing around inside of it, is like, do you really think, I mean, even scientists, they're just opening this shit willy-nilly. Haven't you seen The Mummy? Don't you know what happens when you just fucking open urns and sarcophagi and bronze fucking bottles? Now, it's not like it had a fucking Pabst label on it or anything like that. It wasn't clearly noted as, beer. It wasn't an IPA. So it's I just think this is hilarious. And it says, they were surprised when they encountered the liquid upon opening it.
So really, they were surprised. So my question,
I am,
yes. But my question is, what do you really think it could be? I mean, worst case scenario, what is it going to be? Honestly, it's they package it. I mean, if anything, it's rainwater or something that seeped in there. It was empty.
Probably.
That's a good point. And you're coming at it from an archaeologist's point of view.
Other than that, what else are people putting in there? It's not like they have friggin' liquid botulism or something.
I don't know that. We always find shit in the ice. Every time they're like, they thawed out the fucking Arctic ice that's from 30,000 BC. Yo, there's bacteria in that shit, man. I've seen The Walking Dead.
Haven't you seen Jurassic Park?
I've seen Jurassic Park. I've seen fucking
all
these shows.
All those documentaries aside, It's
Exactly.
I mean,
so
to me,
so
it's like the logical thing. Worst case scenario, what can be in there? And I don't think it's really that bad.
but it
My
could be
first thing I'm thinking is
caustic.
they
It
are
could
it's like, Mama San is hiding a little something something away from Papa San. Oh,
All
that's
right, so
Japanese though, so I'm sorry.
you are leading me in a direction where I want to go, Sig.
Okay.
The guy
That
says there was the scientist said there was no noticeable odor and a small amount of sediment at the bottom, and the liquid appeared clear and light blue green. And it was found in a
blue green. Is that from is
say
that the Romulan like drink or something?
it's probably from to be honest, that was probably from the bronze. That's
Oh,
probably
yeah, that's right. You said it was bronze. Yeah,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
right.
and it does say
It
that
just oxidizes.
it was in a bronze bottle with a garlic-shaped mouth, which was commonly used by the Chin people to hold alcoholic beverages. So there you go. They did have a little bit of like information telling them that maybe this wasn't like an ancient bomb or some kind of fucking acid or mummy. So it says it's one of the largest volumes of alcoholic beverage residue ever recovered from that Warring States period in an archaeological dig, making an exceptionally rare discovery. They said it was made out of broomcorn millet and a small bit of wheat and or barley. So I just
Budweiser.
So I have this whole article, and I did look up the idea behind it. And I just find it funny. I don't drink anymore. I'm very loud about that fact that I say I don't. LeBron's. That's pretty fucking good. Pretty good, Jake.
Who was that? Did you type that yourself in your belly?
No, that's got to be. It's got to be Jake.
Is that Jake?
Jake. Thank you, sir. LeBron's. I'm going to leave that there while I talk about it.
Jake doesn't look it, but he's pretty clever.
He has his moments. So
Love you,
anyway,
Jake.
The fact that they found beer in these in this vessel.
I'm already planning my next trip.
And I'm a coffee drinker, guys. I drink coffee. They never, ever, ever, and I researched this, they never find a vessel with like ancient coffee in it. Because motherfuckers drink their coffee. Like, you're right, Mama San. Somebody tried to hide a beer and forgot it was there. And it stayed there for 2,300 years. So whoever that was a drunk. They wanted to fucking hide it from their wife or hide it from their husband or something like that. So then I looked into coffee. And the oldest record of humans drinking coffee is from the 15th century in Yemen. Sufi mystics would drink it in order to stay up late so that they can pray and meditate. But there's never been an instance of discovering a vessel full of coffee. So it just makes me wonder, like, what did people do back then for their hangovers if there was no coffee? Because if the first coffee wasn't until the 15th century and they had beer 2,300 years ago, what did they do in the meantime? Like, was it just hair of the dog, do you think? Sig, what did you guys do?
So here's the thing here's the honest answer without making a joke about it. People couldn't drink water. The water was polluted. It like had all kinds of fucking crap and like shit in it, like you were saying. So they wound up, brewing ales and meads and wines and all this stuff
to preserve the water.
Everybody drank it. The alcohol level was fairly low, but that's what people drank. But I'm sure there's also the cultures that had these drinks and shit that they smoke and stuff like that, because they felt, hallucinating and stuff brought them closer to whoever their god was or whatever. It was spiritual. There are these. Where did they find them? It's like ancient Mongolia. These little pots, and they have little pots at their heads, and no one could figure out what they are. But the working theory is they were like, it was a drug that was put in there that would help you, hallucinate.
See God, yeah.
Things like that. And it was just that everybody they came home from work, from killing and pillaging and shit like that. There's you're kicking the head around the first soccer game. One of your enemies.
No,
head.
I'm pretty sure the first
And there's
soccer game
actually
was in
a game.
South America.
There was actually a game like that, and it was in like Asia somewhere, Eurasia somewhere. But you need to sit back, relax, and you're opening up this bronze thing of fucking beer. Honey, give me a straw and
some green
whatever.
Beer, some green, blue, clear beer.
Coffee is probably a different thing, and to this day, Ethiopian coffee is
that's where it came from.
Yeah, is still regarded, and it's although now they tell you that you want to get coffee that it comes from an elevation of whatever.
Yep.
But
Madagascar.
Yeah, I don't know what they did, but I don't think it really happened that much because I think for the most part the ABV was fairly low. They were working and eating good stuff, so I think they were overall fairly healthy.
All right. So Sig, I have a question for you, Sig. Do you know and Steve, you may know this too. Do you know what the oldest continuously operating brewery in the world is?
In the world?
I believe so, yeah.
I mean, I know America is Yingling, but
I'll give you a hint. It's from 1040 AD.
Yeah.
Sig, I thought you would know this.
I can't think of the name.
I assumed you had already. Yes, go ahead.
It's in Germany.
Correct.
And I can't remember the fucking name.
Weihenstephan?
That's it. Weihenstephan.
How do you say it?
Weihenstephan. Chris knows. Ask Chris.
Weihenstephan.
But yeah,
Abbey.
their beer, their main flagship beer. You can get it here. They have it everywhere. Some places have it on tap. It's really good. And it's the whole Rheinstag laws or whatever. The beer laws kicked in after that and stuff. But it's really good beer, and I want to get there one day. Yeah,
there you go. Now, yeah. Steve, do you know what the oldest beer you ever drank was?
The oldest beer I ever drank.
Was it during college, like the next day?
Well, I did find while tailgating and walking back to my car one time, I had found a rolling bottle of Kamachka vodka, and I was like, somebody just left this out here, and I did pick it up and take a swig of it. I don't recommend doing that. Yeah. Even in my younger days, I was like, that was a bad decision.
But you were probably thinking what Sig was thinking, and what the fucking scientists were thinking. What could possibly be in there?
Mm-hmm. Also, I didn't get a cold for 10 years, so I guess it worked.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, look, man, I'm doing it. The beer, depending on the type of beer, the older it gets, it just gets, some of it doesn't all get skunky like Corona after 2 days.
Okay.
The higher ABV beers, the Belgians, things like that, they get stronger. You see a lot of places they'll brew these beers and they'll sit on them for years. Even right now, even Mad Elf, they do that. Like like the Mad Elf Reserve, it's like 4 or 5 years old. But I have some Mad Elf that's, probably not anymore. My wife drinks a lot. But I mean, we used to do that. We used to save. We would get it each year, but we wouldn't drink that year. It's back when you had to go and buy it, stand in line to buy it. I mean, when it was a thing. But I mean, that place that we go to, every
for
there you go.
Thanks for setting me up.
Capone's,
yep.
they have the older. They bring out the older stuff.
23.
It depends. Some of that stuff it gets better.
This one's 25.
There you go.
These are from our
DFF they cold?
Beer exchanges. Damn right, they're cold.
They're cold. All right, so I know where to go when I get over to your house next time.
Nice. No, damn it! They said you can age these for up to, I think they said 6 years, and I want to get 6 years worth of them, and then I want to crack them all open and taste them together. But you will be invited.
I doubt that, but
very cool.
That's okay.
Oh,
they might.
So
sorry, they might not be there the next time you go to look. So I'm just saying that.
Stay the hell out of my fridge.
I have to say, I like the way that this. I like the direction that this went into. Now, Jake is asking, would you ever say you would quit drinking depending on a Flyers outcome? And Jake, first of all, this isn't really directed at you, but fuck you. For anyone who thought I was going to quit drinking coffee because of the Phillies winning or losing,
I just think a lesson was learned.
I think somebody else. It wasn't me, man. It was all made up. And then I was forced to make a video. I was forced to prove myself because you know what? My man Dale at Toasty Roasters has been supporting me with my coffee problem for last month plus, and it's been fucking amazing. Now,
and I love that guy.
Chris wants to know if there is a Toasty Roasters Nespresso, and we'll so Dale, if you're watching or if you see this, just know that Chris is asking, and if not, we'll figure out a way to make those little pods or like a reusable pod, and we can blend up grind up the beans and put it in there. We'll figure it out so that Chris
just don't let Rob near the machine.
Correct. I brought that up on the last DPF as well when they said what was the best part of Christmas in July. I said when Sig fixed the machine, so that I didn't have to fucking knock it over and run out and run to my car and drive away and act like I wasn't anywhere near the espresso machine.
You were pretty happy about it.
It was delicious, and I was happy that Sig fixed it. So Chris instigating. He appreciates Jake doing the instigating, and Jake, we love you too.
I like what Paul said with the 11. Yeah, right there. With the 11
stopped drinking for 11
that's
months,
about
had
right.
Bud Light in the fridge and poured it into a glass to drink, and there was black stuff on the bottom because it was Bud Light.
That's going to be one of the worst friggin'.
That was the beer gods telling you. They helped you in that situation.
Look, I mean, people like, the Miller Lights, the Bud Lights, whatever. That's your thing. You like it. I like Miller Lite.
It's for quick consumption, though.
It's a great pizza beer. It's a great wing beer. If I'm not worried about killing the taste of the beer but it's not water. I'm having fun. I'm enjoying it. But I myself, I cannot do any Budweiser products outside.
I get headaches.
Maybe an Ultra. It's not my head that it bothers.
Oh my! All right.
I used to drink Bud. When I drank Bud, it was you couldn't put it this way. When I would wake up in the morning, I couldn't open the door to my bedroom because I would be fucking. It would be, a gas attack. It would be a fucking chemical attack on people who were outside of that bedroom.
So here's
we got it.
Yeah,
it gave me gas, Steve.
Thanks. I pieced it together.
Gas and then the shits.
Shits. Well,
Everybody's
one leads to the other
with those.
usually. I know. Everybody poops. We get it.
So anyway,
right.
Thank you, Dale from Toasty Roasters. I don't mean to lead in with that talk, but Toasty Roasters, Dale, go see them. Go
Toasty Roasters does not give you the shits.
Go to toastyroasters.com. And then Drunk Phil's fans wants to know about wings.
That'll do it.
Very interesting comment there. All right, so
I could go for some
wings.
Yeah.
Well, you got the technology, man. You can order them shits.
Yeah.
You can order those things.
Can't order wings. You got to go someplace to eat wings, man.
All right, guys. Okay, so I have an idea. So I just had an idea. About this is one of those things. This is good for the show, and maybe the people watching or the people who watch this on replay can give us some feedback on. But
all Florida people watching.
Well, they can watch it later too.
Does that count us?
When it comes to wings, right? It's with the Flyers or hockey in general. You have a right wing and a left wing.
You saw this. Go ahead.
And this has nothing to do with politics. I'm talking about what if somebody who ate a lot of wings went out and sampled wings and then said, okay, I'm going to do a review on the podcast and I'm going to say whether it's good. This place has good wings. That's a right wing. And if they stink and they're not good, that's a left wing. It's just a thought, but it's like, it's a way to merge the two. if you
I
will.
never thought about this in my life.
No, I'm an idea guy. I execute poorly as shit, but I
I
can think of ideas all the time. Matter of
so I
fact,
know
I'm
Sig
thinking of
Sig
one
will
right now.
not Sig will not agree with me on this one, but I kind of feel like wings are an awful lot like pizza. Even bad wings, it's still wings. Like even bad pizza, it's still pizza.
You said that the nice way. I've heard that put other ways.
Hmm.
However, I I've had bad wings. I will say I've had bad wings.
I don't disagree with Steve.
Okay.
No, I mean I don't like, but I've had bad wings, and I've
Yeah.
had bad pizza, but for the most part,
I've eaten them.
and we could go the same thing like for the even cheesesteaks in Philly. I mean, it might not be as good as whatever, but it's still a cheesesteak. It's at the wings. Everybody gets into the sauces with wings,
Yep.
and then there's the whole faction like, oh, it's like 400 billion Schofield units, the hotter whatever. But it's to me, it's about flavor and not the heat. When it gets too hot at some point, then if I can't taste anything after that, what's the fucking point? It's just recreational eating at that point.
Jake wanted to mute you, Sig, while you were talking about the wings.
That's fine. But I have the microphone and he doesn't.
I'm not putting that up. I'm not putting that on the screen. We're not going to argue about Cooper Sharp. So guys, it's just a thought. Wings, hockey, they go together like left and a right wing. So anyway, guys, we're past an hour. We didn't really talk about the regular season schedule. And the idea with that is that I think that we still have time to talk about the regular season schedule. I think that there are some interesting stretches that we can get into. It looks like the Flyers go out west twice, which I don't know that they normally do that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, they do.
Last year they did. They did well on both. So
they did.
Yes, that's
I
also
remember
true.
from last year. All right,
Yeah.
so I'm just making sure because I know that I guess they have to play. Yeah, they're gonna have to go to San Jose and fucking Calgary.
I think years ago it was one long West Coast trip.
It used to be back in the day,
Yeah.
but also they didn't. The schedule was a little different. We can get into it.
It wasn't a balanced schedule back then.
It wasn't.
So now everybody's seeing everybody a couple more times than prior years, whatever, blah blah blah.
Yeah, we can get into it on the next one and talk about it.
All right. Well, I think that just about does it. I think the wing talk grinded us right to a halt. It was fantastic. Good job, Rob.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah. All right, guys. Oh, well, we appreciate everybody who's watching, the 4 who are still watching and laughing and chuckling along with us.
I meant just real quick. I meant to bring this up. We got a bunch of when we did the Take the Shot thing. I got a bunch of new stickers in for Take the Shot. So if we're ever out and about and you want to try to get one of these, try to find us. I think it's pretty cool because I designed it myself. So, but whatever.
Anyway. I like it. I saw it the other day. I think I had seen it before, but I saw it the other day and I was like, nah, it's good. And you were like, I'm not sure, but nah, it looks good. And I think people would enjoy them. So, all right, guys. Well, don't forget, follow the page, share it. We're up to 13,000 plus. Don't forget, follow the page, watch the podcast because Sig is going to be giving something away pretty soon or at some point. And yeah, man. DPF on tap, drunk Birds on tap, drunk Flyers fans, drunk Eagles fans, drunk Sixers fans. Don't forget LeBron is in town. Drunk Phils fans, Toasty Roasters, Cutter and Cannon.
And our next pod will be for Flyers. Will be on Tuesday, August 25th. Next Eagles podcast will be on Monday, this coming Monday, 8/17. And then Drunk Phil's fans, next one is August 14th. So
Friday.
keep an eye out on the page.
That's right. All right, everybody, have a good one. We will see you soon. Thank you, Walter, for jamming out on DFF. Penguins.